This demonstration of the free-form analysis component of the HSE Analytics platform will establish just how quickly you can perform valid and reliable explorations of health and safety issues and trends. This example investigation could easily be performed during a Health and Safety Committee meeting. The screens you will see allow all members of the committee to participate during the meeting. Based on traditional methods, the analysis being demonstrated would take a trained analyst over a week to perform. To begin, a user with appropriate clearance logs into the HSE Analytics platform through any web browser and launches the free-form analysis component. The user then selects the industry group of interest and drags it into the blank table. In the case of an employer user, employer data may be selected. The free-form analysis component of the HSE Analytics platform is truly a drag-and-drop tool. Exploring information no longer requires advanced statistical tools. In this demo, we want to explore back injuries. And for the purposes of this demo, we will limit the injuries considered to lagging indicators involving time loss. As a first step, let's investigate whether back injuries are in fact an issue in the mining industry by looking at all lost time claims which have occurred by part of body injured. Adding a column chart makes the information easy to visualize. We can see that injuries to the trunk are an issue. The trunk is the most frequently injured body region, accounting for 301 injuries in the period examined. Now, let's examine the trends in terms of cost and time loss as well, to ensure that trunk injuries are also important based on these metrics. In terms of cost, trunk injuries accounted for over $6.2 million in claims cost in the period examined. By time loss, trunk injuries account for over 18,000 days lost in the period examined. So, now that we have established that injuries to the trunk are an issue, let's limit our focus to trunk injuries and explore trends within this issue. First, let's examine performance over time. It is likely that several initiatives have been introduced in the recent past. Have they had an effect? To examine this, we will look at the number of injuries in each year by dragging the year variable into our table. A line chart is most appropriate to visualize these results. Performance has improved over time, but work remains. Is there a trend in terms of the month of occurrence? Let's examine claims by month. Yes, there seems to be. There are more injuries in the winter months. Is there a trend by day of the week? Injuries are most frequent on Thursdays and Fridays. Interesting. This is important information for those in charge of designing interventions to prevent injuries to the trunk. Now let's examine trends related to the injured worker. Are trunk injuries more common in a certain age group? A line graph is not the correct chart here, so let's switch back to a column chart. Yes, trunk injuries are more common in certain age groups. The 25 to 44 year age group is most frequently injured. Are trunk injuries more common in certain experience groups? Yes. Workers with more than 1 month but less than 1 year of work experience account for the largest percentage of the injuries. Interesting. Let's look further into the trunk injuries in workers with 1 month to 1 year of experience by limiting the information considered to this group and examining the causes of injury. Let's start with the personal and job factors resulting in injury. Most trunk injuries involving workers with 1 month to 1 year of experience are due to inadequate safety controls. What type of safety controls? Let's explore this by selecting inadequate safety controls and drilling down to the next level. It appears that inadequate work procedures are the most frequent job factor related to trunk injuries in this group. So, use of the free-form analysis component has allowed the stakeholder group to investigate an issue on the fly. During our meeting, all participants will have had an opportunity to participate in each step of the investigation, ensuring buy-in to the conclusions reached. At this point, the investigation is saved to a public folder, accessible by all stakeholders, to enable review and further exploration. This has been a brief demonstration of the free-form analysis component of the HSE Analytics platform. By using this tool, those with health and safety responsibility are better able to effectively identify issues and trends of concern, design interventions, and measure the effect of those interventions.